Death. It's a lovely topic, huh? No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter when you are, it's a comin'. For some, like old Firefly here, it's apparently a comin' more than once.
Because one of the lines said, I'll experience death 3 times in the land of the dreams.
3 times? This can't be serious, right?
The first time was a painful death when I was stabbed by the Blade of Dormancy, which led to all subsequent events. The script will always come true, but in a way that will only be revealed when that page is turned.
Death looking like the fucking Kobe Shaq Lakers looking for the three-peats. A Firefly situation is certainly unique because I've seen some odd dialogue within the community regarding it, and I just want to make one thing abundantly clear. Despite what we accomplished in the story, Firefly will experience a third death. That is... Fortuna. The script will always come true. She said it best herself. What we managed to do by the end of 2.2 was avoid what she thought was the worst kind of death. One that would have seen her stuck in Enna's dream forever. But with that said, let's briefly go over what the other 2 deaths were. The first one was the most obvious. It was just her getting stabbed by Dormancy to be sent to Dreamflux Reef. We can clearly see she dies here. I mean, you know, the bitch certainly not fucking living here. And Sunday himself referred to this as a spiritual death.
Somehow, a nightmare called death has descended upon Penacony, striking indiscriminately, bringing spiritual death to all equally.
And now her second death is one that hasn't been fully explored yet, and I'm sure, she'll tell us more about it next patch, because we only found out she went through this death by Acheron, who told us Firefly managed to awaken and set the entire plan to free everyone from Enna's dream in motion.
We were able to locate you within this boundless dream and find the key to breaking free from the dream. All because of one person's unwavering dedication. Firefly. She awakened from the dream ahead of others, discovered the Express amidst the stars, and brought us valuable information about the remnants of the Order. She may have been aided by the script, and it came at a cost. As you know, Firefly is a stowaway who entered the dreamscape in a different way from ours. Without the dream pool in the hotel or assistance from the family, she can only awaken from this dream in one way. A real death.
Now, we have no idea how she died, when she died, or where she died. All we know is, on her end, she knew right here what she needed to do.
So now I've understood the meaning of my second death. And I am prepared to face it. If all goes well, my efforts will provide crucial support for you.
This is why she couldn't join us and told us she had her own battle to fight. With the information provided to us by Acheron in this moment, telling us that this entire plan is happening thanks to Firefly's efforts, Firefly's statement here becomes much more clear. But now here's my question. Did she know we'd fail versus Sunday? Because at this point, nobody should have known yet that we were in Enna's dream. And yeah, we were, but for her second death to have been of any value, we'd need to already be trapped in Enna's dream. And while we were stuck in Enna's dream, the moment we entered the Asdana star system, did she know this? The point of her second death was to help us end Enna's dream, but we never officially entered Enna's dream because we supposedly beat Sunday. So how then in this moment could she have known the purpose of her second death if we hadn't even fought Sunday yet? Unless, she figured we'd lose the fight versus Sunday, in which case, I mean, alright. Or B, she somehow realized on her journey in Penacony that everyone is in Enna's dream and knew it right in this moment. But if that's the case, why not tell us, bitch? I feel like this would have been a vital information of great benefits in our plans to free Penacony. And if she did know at this moment we were in Enna's dream, when did she realize it? And how? If this is all true, the latter answer is probably because, like everyone else, she witnessed something she deemed impossible. While it might not be possible to say right now what she came across, I did want to bring up something that I found incredibly odd about Penacony's story thus far, namely, our relationship with Firefly. And it's does Firefly not recognize the Trailblazer, or is she just playing dumb? Blade confirmed to us that the Trailblazer and Kafka worked together, and by the way he puts it, it sounds as if it could have been a very long-lasting relationship.
I remember you. You once followed Kafka, didn't you? There was a time when she was on a mission. You were next to her. I remember. I've yet to see anyone follow her for as long as you did, and live to tell the tale.
But if that's the case, and the Trailblazer was still following Kafka by the time Blade joined the Stellaron Hunters, then surely Firefly must have been familiar with us too, considering she joined the Stellaron Hunters before Blade did, yet despite this, in our first encounter with her, she acted as if we were merely a nameless, and that's it, as if we'd never met her before. Now you can chalk this up to her being Firefly here, not, Stellaron Hunter Sam, but now that we know who she is, I have a sneaking suspicion we might get some Trailblazer lore next patch. In any case, yeah, I'm not sure if it's possible to state what she could have witnessed that's impossible, given it could have been there's an actual flaw in the story she experienced like we had, or it's something personal to her like Robin and her memories. In any case, these are just, my fucking preliminary thoughts on her second death as of 2.2. I'm sure we'll learn more about it when we next meet Firefly. Now, as for her third death, it works as such. It will come.
The script will always come true. But in a way that will only be revealed when that page is turned.
That is, again, Fortuna. But we've apparently managed to avoid the worst possible outcome for her death, which is either the real death as described by Acheron, or being stuck in Enna's dream. Given Firefly stated the worst version of this death was losing herself completely in Enna's dream, and Enna's dream is now no more, and the next time we meet Firefly she said it'd be in reality.
Like fireflies to a flame, my biggest death. May we meet again in reality.
I'm curious what form this third death will take, and again, it's a coming. It's just a matter of what form it will take. Now, to mess with the entropy of the situation, going a little chaos. Her talking with Blade about her 3 deaths might suggest a rather grim forecast.
People die, and I am no exception. Death is like a script, a fate that cannot be defied. But that's exactly why we have to choose where we want to rest forever. The tombstone that belongs to me once bore the inscription, Glamoth's Iron Cavalry. Then it changed to Stellaron Hunter. But one day, it will bear the name Firefly. And all the brilliance she showed at the end of her life.
Now, for those thinking a physical death would surely be worse than being stuck in Enna's dream, I don't think Firefly would agree with you. Her whole thing was that while Enna's dream isn't necessarily terrible, the way Sunday's going about it is. He's robbing people of the right to choose for themselves how they want to experience life, because to him, the strong should be making those choices for them because they're weak.
But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think so.
So with this in mind, combined with the fact that we now know Firefly wants the right to choose when, where, and how she dies, she would most certainly view being trapped in Enna's dream as a worse death than dying a real death in reality on her own terms. And given right now she wants to die as Firefly, and over the course of her journey on Penacony, she's almost exclusively become known as Firefly, for perhaps the first time in her life. I mean, like she said, she was once known primarily as the Iron Cavalry, someone who fought for the Republic of Glamoth, ones who heeded the call of Titania, and then she was known as Stellaron Hunter Sam, one who abides by the script laid out by Destiny's slaves. Sam's known for his ruthlessness in battle.
Oh, Sam isn't nearly as picky about his prey as I am. You might consider it a lucky break running into me.
But now she's known more simply as Firefly, the one who saved everyone in Penacony.
Firefly. She awakened from the dream ahead of others, discovered the express amidst the stars, and brought us valuable information about the remnants of the Order.
Given this could very well be the salvation she was seeking, combined with the fact that her third death still lingers, it could very well be a possibility this is her swan song, and her name Firefly could very well be metaphorical of her short life.
In her, I see the fireflies of the forest, dazzling and bewitching, yet shining only for a brief moment.
Or it would have been, but this is a gacha game, she's a 5-star character, so the threat of a permanent death is null and void. Goodbye and good night. Or it's morning, you guys are seeing this in the morning, huh? It's kind of weird, though I do think she's in a solid spot, but like, if in reality she just goes back to the hunters and dons the armor again for the most parts, is she not just going back to being known primarily as Stellaron Hunter Sam than Firefly? Or is her third death just going to address this issue instead? I guess we'll see in the future. It could be her third death does something to make Sam more Firefly-y? I don't know.